Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
High-deductible health plan opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome into Menomonie High School. Band playing here on Thursday evening. Big River Boys Conference matchup. As you see on your screen, the Hudson Raiders in town here to take on your Mustangs alongside Storm Harmon. I'm Chad Zutter. We'll be bringing you the broadcast here this evening. Coming up on our pregame show, we'll talk with assistant coach Dolly Thornton. We'll have starting lineups and then opening tip set for 7:15 here tonight. We may be just a smudge ahead of that here. Guys got out of the locker room and the 15-minute timer started here, maybe just a touch ahead of schedule. So thanks for joining us here. We will take a break here on the Crystal Orthodontics pregame show, and we'll be back with assistant coach Dolly Thornton to talk about your Mustangs right after this. You're watching Mustangs TV.
Telling everyone I meet that if they need appliances, they have to go to Denny's. I had done a lot of research prior to calling them to schedule an appointment. I called and I spoke with Kayla. She made some suggestions of things that I might want to consider versus what I had picked out. She wanted to make sure I got the best price and the best rebates. I was so thrilled when I got done working with her.
When you want peace of mind on your appliance purchase, schedule your one-on-one appointment with Denny's today.
Back on the pregame show, Mustangs TV, joining us, assistant coach Dolly Thornton here for the Mustangs. Take us kind of through, kind of recent action for you guys here after the new year, where you guys are as a team, and see where you are in Big Rivers play.
Yeah, well, in Big Rivers we're 4-3, and so Hudson was our first game way back when in December. That was our first conference game, and we ended up losing to them there. So it's going to be fun to rematch tonight. But we played River Falls, and we're not able to come up with it at River Falls. But prior to that, we've been, being pretty steady, and these are the top two teams in the conference right now, Hudson and River Falls. So, I'm hoping tonight we can kind of switch that around and get a win.
Yeah, looking, you mentioned Hudson. It seems probably like a while ago you played them.
Yeah.
Do you take much from that first game coming into tonight? How do you, for coaches, how do you kind of plan of attack against a team you met maybe 6 weeks ago?
Yeah. For sure, their style of game is still very consistent with what they had before when we watched the other games. So they played North the other night and won by 2 points. They're pretty up and down the floor and drive to the basket a lot. So we have to have our defense get down the court and be ready for them. Offensively, we have to take care of the ball and some really good passes and make sure we finish. It's very, contact basketball, so we have to be strong.
It seems like this league, the Big Rivers this season, seems very balanced. It's a team that, I should say, anybody can beat anybody on a given night. It seems that way for the boys. Do you guys see that as coaches, too, very competitive?
Yeah, it's very competitive, and yes, I think that any team can be beaten, and so it's kind of exciting that every night you go into it going, hey, we can get this game, so.
Yeah, looking at Hudson here, you mentioned, they're going to run a little bit. Some names or numbers that you say for Hudson that we got to key on these guys to kind of keep them in check and play good defense on them. What kind of guys you looking for in that aspect?
Well, they have two other top players. With scoring is Jace Matasinski, and he's scoring about 24 points a game. And then Alex Healy, he really knows how to play the game and knows how to dish too. So he's averaging about 17 points a game. So those two are their main guys, but everybody else knows how to play too. So, yeah.
Well, appreciate your time here in the pregame show, Dolly, and we'll see you down the road on Mustangs TV.
Thank you.
We'll continue here on Mustangs TV.
We've been able to build out the rural areas around Menomonie.
Most of those places are spots that have little to no access to high-speed internet. Pretty much all of those phone calls, the people are ecstatic and so excited to be able to finally get fiber optics.
It's really great that we were able to serve the folks in the rural that probably thought they would never get good internet service.
We put the fiber in the ground. That gives them the connection, but it's also the support we provide. It's the services we provide over that fiber.
Back with you here, Mustangs TV. Storm Harmon, Chad Zutter on the call here tonight. And Storm, we just heard from assistant coach Dolly Thornton. Menomonie Hudson matched up, it seems probably like a coach eons ago, early December. First conference game for Menomonie against Hudson. That was at Hudson. Menomonie defeated them 60-42. You being a former coach, when you obviously the second time you see a team, you know a lot more about them. But then also talking about, you played them the third game of the season. You also have a ton more film on them as well. Take us through that kind of strategy as a coach when you see a team a second time here in the Big Rivers Conference play, and you have this disparities of time between it as well.
Yeah, I think Dolly kind of hit it on the head there where Hudson's kind of been who they've always been. Coach Larson does a really good job with them. They want to play with some tempo, put a little pressure on you. A lot of dribble drive creating to the rim and looking for nice kickouts. They got a lot of players that can really shoot it from the outside. So from that standpoint, nothing really different. I think it's probably a little bit more challenging for Hudson with all the wrinkles that Coach Van Grunsven's kind of put in since that third game. You've seen multiple zone looks, not only in the full court, but also in the half court. Offensively, added some new wrinkles with how they play their 4-out. Also going a little bit small ball lineup where they really spread the floor and kind of let Nelson and Nielsen get downhill. Really going to be an exciting game. I say this every time I see it. When we get the pep band in the gym, it gets my juices flowing a little bit. So I'm excited for that. And this is a meaningful game. Hudson's on the top of the conference right now, tied with River Falls with 1 loss. And Menomonie's looking to get right back into it with 3 losses. There's a two-way tie, I think, with Memorial and then with 3. Yep. So this is a very meaningful game here at the end of January going into February.
Yeah, we talked also with Dolly about the kind of the competitiveness of the Big Rivers on the boys' side here this year. There's not one team that's undefeated, and there's not one team that is defeated. Everybody at least has 1 win, and everybody at least has 1 loss. And like you said, I mean, there's a team that wins this conference, they might have 3 losses here this year. That's just how this conference is in 25-26. And Dolly Thornton mentioned it as well, but Jace Matasinski, one of the leading scorers here, not just for Hudson, but the entire league. He's at 25 points per game. The guy can score. Big kid, too. We talked about it
He's
before.
A good-sized guard.
6'3". I mean, he can move. And the other guy that they talked about is Alex Healy. That's the third of the Healy boys coming through.
He can shoot it. Yep.
He can shoot it. So, Hudson, and you look at the numbers, too. I mean, just what Dolly said. The numbers show they score 66 points per game. They're averaging 75 a game in conference play, so even more in conference play. This is going to be just up and down, and we'll see if Menomonie, is that the game they're going to want to play with Hudson, or are they going to try to play a little more of a half-court game?
So I went through and watched the first game of these two. I thought Menomonie controlled the tempo for probably 3/4 of the game. Then it kind of got away from them the 9-minute mark in the second half, and Hudson was able to kind of extend it and got the pace to a little bit more comfortable style play for them. With the zone pressures, with Trevor Robert being a focal point in the offense, Menomonie has the pieces to kind of slow it and get it to a tempo that they want to keep Hudson a little bit uncomfortable. You add in a nice crowd that you have tonight. We'll see what happens.
And one note here for the Mustangs, we've seen him in the starting lineup sometime this year, quite a few times this year as well. Blake Barron's actually out with an injury here. So Mustangs a little short here as far as the bench. We'll get over the starters here after the national anthem here on the floor and the reading from the PA announcer here, Mr. Schrantz. And for now, we'll step aside for all that. We'll be back with the starting lineups here right after this.
Profanity, racial, sexist, ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Now, to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats, and place your hand over your hearts for the national anthem performed by the Menomonie Pep Band.
Yeah, no doubt here, Storm. When the Pep Band is here, it definitely has a different atmosphere. Definitely a different sound, no question. That's a Pep Band doing a great job here, the national anthem here on the floor. We'll run through the starting lineups here. Again, Menomonie taking on Hudson here tonight. We'll first start with the visitors. They'll go this way, a 6-foot senior, number 1, Ben Buchler. 6'2", senior, number 2, Cooper Adar. 6'4", junior, number 21, Jack Dumont. 6'3", senior, number 23, Jace Matazinski. And a 6-foot junior, number 24, Alex Healy. Right now, Hudson in the conference play is 5-1, 10-4 overall. They're coached by Brett Larson in his 5th season here at Hudson and his 19th season overall as a head coach. Now for the Menomonie Mustangs, they will go this way. A 6'2", senior, number 1, Isaac Nielsen. 5'10", senior, number 2, Jacob Rue. 5'11", senior, number 12, Tyler Nelson. A 5'11", junior, number 11, DJ Butler. And a 6'8", junior, number 20, Trevor Robert. Mustangs coached by Greg Van Grunsven in his 2nd year here at Menomonie High School, 25th year overall as a head coach. So we got over 40 years of head coaching experience in tonight's ball game. So very seasoned coaches here tonight. Officials as assigned by the Big Rivers Conference Commissioner, Josh Miller, Peyton Dockel, and Ryan Byer. It'll be Hudson in the road blues, Menomonie in the home whites here tonight. And we're going to be pretty much right on time. 7:15 is going to be opening tip, so we will not be a touch early as I originally anticipated.
Well done, Riley.
Right on. Yeah, that's right. You get bonus points for that, right?
Try to give him a shout out all the time.
All right, right on the clock. It's good pregame planning.
Oh, wow.
Ball popped up high there, and Madazinski, Robert go after it. Madazinski wins on the way down on that jump ball.
Caught them both off guard there.
Man-to-man defense here to start. Butler's going to have the tough job here on Madazinski to begin tonight's ball game.
And you see Menomonie doing a pretty good job protecting the gaps right now. Hudson's predicated on 2 feet in the ball in the paint. That's what they want to have happen each possession.
Robert will grab the miss there from Healy. And Healy right behind Madazinski at just over 16 a game. As far as scoring, there's a lot of points put up by this Hudson squad. Rue will pop one right side, and that will hit the over the backboard. A little beam there that holds the square. Ball out of bounds. Menomonie going to come over a little full court press here to start. Madazinski with the what do you call those tights here? You see kids wear them once in a while.
Those leggings here.
Leggings, yes, there you go.
You know, whatever makes you feel good, play good.
Quick three, Healy far side off the front iron.
Saw Menomonie fall back into 2-3 there.
Yeah, a little zone, a little switch up there from head coach Greg Van Grunzen on that second defensive possession. Up top, Butler. He'll launch one from distance. He'll miss on this one. Rebound out top. Hudson going to push it. No numbers. Slowing it down, Buechler. Madazinski in the side, and Nielsen will strip him, get whistled for the foul. First foul of the ball game.
And that's going to be an important factor here tonight, Chad. Can Nelson and Nielsen stay on the floor and guard? Can Butler stay on the floor and guard? With Hudson being such physical and explosive type players from the outside.
Up top there with it, Buechler. He'll get around Rue, and then he's going to draw a foul. Great job of, that's the old that we see it. Any good offensive basketball player, they know that trick, and they use it when they can, and Buechler did it right there. You get the defender in the air, and
it's the old MJ commercial, 2 for reaching, right? When he's playing himself.
So Buechler to line here for his first one, and boy, that hung up there for a while, but finally dropped in. We look at Hudson at the free throw line as a team this season, 61.1%. Second one drops in for Buechler. First points of the game here, almost 2 minutes in. A little press here by Hudson to start.
Yeah, occasionally they'll start getting into the run and jump where they really try and get something there. Otherwise, it's just good full court pressure.
Nielsen on the left side. He'll get an easy bucket, drop it in. Little miscue defensively there by Hudson, and Menomonie was able to take advantage. Madazinski now in transition is going to try to go over Robert, and does. Wow.
That's tough.
Yeah, you can see why he averages 25 a game. That's probably one of the more challenging layups you're going to have at this level, and he completed it.
Yeah, he has special athleticism for this level.
A very good crowd on hand here tonight.
Yeah, like you were mentioning, one of the few games going tonight, so I think even just people not even probably connected to either community want to see some good teams in the area play tonight.
Yeah, River Falls and Chip are the only other BRC boys game here tonight. I think the other teams are all in action tomorrow night, which we will be back in action on Mustangs TV tomorrow night. That'll be wrestling, however. Jeff Peisig, Scott Hauer will be on the call tomorrow. Ball knocked in by Robert right in front of the free throw line.
A good strong turn and face by Trevor there.
Three-point attempt transition near side by Adar is off the mark. Mustangs clean it up. Yeah, I'd say right now this is probably Menomoni's pace here, Storm, what they want to be playing at in the first, almost 4 minutes of the game.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's some full court pressure on both sides as Rue will keep the basketball here for the Mustangs, but you see Menomonie get into the front court and they're just running offense.
Yep.
Make Hudson use their feet. Rue is going to trigger one from near corner off the mark.
Yeah, take their time, and you'll notice that they're hard hedging with Hudson, and you're going to catch the switch occasionally, so Trevor will be able to really have a nice opportunity down low.
And Azinski will fire one over Butler. The miss will be rebounded there by Healy. Another chance for Hudson. Azinski thought about it again in the lane. Wow, how quick is he? Right through the Mustangs defense like Swiss cheese and laid it in.
Just strong.
And quick. I mean, that is one quick first step as Nelson will lose it. First turnover of the ball game. Probably your, I wouldn't say runaway favorite, but definitely in the discussion for probably player of the year here in the Big Rivers. You're seeing tonight in Matt Azinski. And the numbers,
support it for sure.
We'll support it
from
as well.
From a team standpoint on their wins, and yes, absolutely. One thing that I'll make note, that was a turnover by the Mustangs there, but if they're going to have them, they need to be dead ball turnovers in a game like this with Hudson being so good in transition. The live ball turnovers are really what come to get you.
And as you can see up top, Key, yep.
He might be on one tonight there, Chad.
Yeah, he's already got 7. And
comfortable.
Yep, very comfortable 7, you're right. End of the game, first time here. Parker Barons, the freshman. Rue now right wing with it. Back to Barons. Inside, Rue, a little fadeaway. Well, that's a tough look there. Probably not his game there. I mean, his game is obviously the three-point line, but trying to produce some offense there. Matt Azinski in the lane does get the friendly roll, and he's got 9. 9 of the 11 for Hudson here so far, Matt Azinski. And we're going to have a timeout here. Head coach Greg Van Grunsven. It'll be a full 60 seconds. We'll be back right after this.
Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
Visit the newly designed Big Rivers website at bigriversconference.org. Here, you can find results, standings, statistics, calendars, and historical league information. Back with you here, Mustangs TV, over 100 already tuning in here on a Thursday evening. Thanks for coming along here. Storm Harmon, Chad Zutter on the call. And Rue will trigger it in here right in front of the Hudson bench. Mustangs, it was 4-4, and then we saw Matt Azinski score 7 unanswered for Hudson. That's where we see the lead at the moment. Turnover there, Mustangs, and here's a live ball turnover. Matt Azinski with the basketball underneath, and we're going to have a push.
Yep.
Who'd they get there? Did you see it?
Might have been Parker.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
what
they got.
Parker with the push, so that's going to keep it. I think it would have been still Hudson's basketball anyways. I think Parker had a hand on it, but
he probably wasn't anticipating the pass either. I don't think even Matt Azinski's teammate was there either.
So 3 fouls on the Mustangs. No fouls so far on Hudson. And there's a jumper right elbow off the mark from Dumont. Ball out of bounds, going to stay to Hudson.
Yeah, we got to win those, get those rebounds there.
Now, second chance opportunities here. Hudson, you know, how they can score. You give them a lot of second chances. That just makes it a little tougher.
And they're very well coached, so they're patient. They're going to get the shot that they want each possession down the floor. They're a hard team to speed up.
There's Lucas Larson into the game now. The freshman knocks it down, and I'm just going to guess here. Don't know 100%, but I think that might be the coach's son. Brent Larson, Lucas Larson. I think, you know, they kind of look similar. If I was a betting man, I'd place that bet, Storm.
I think you're on the right track there, Chad.
Underneath there, Trevor Roberts. Nice drop step, and he'll drop it off the glass and in. Good answer there. That was a heck of a run. That was a 10-0 run by Hudson, just answered by Robert. Madazinski now. Butler on the defensive side of him. Another 3. Larson again. Yep. Wow. Seems like that's not a guy you want to leave open.
Nope.
And Lucas Larson off the bench and does exactly what he's supposed to, it looks like. Hit 3-pointers.
Yeah, he's been around the game a little bit.
I think so. Butler on the wing, looking to get it into Robert. Wasn't there. Now swung around. Entry into Robert. Physical under there, and finally a whistle. But boy, there was some moving of bodies by Robert and by Dumont, and finally one of them got whistled.
Yeah, they're kind of letting them play right away until the catch.
So Nielsen back in, also in for the Mustangs, Javon Butler. Adar back into the game along with Hatfield for Hudson. And you can tell, wow, that physicality underneath there right now. Hatfield on Robert, and that is physical underneath. And strong way to the basket there for Robert is going to draw the foul. So he'll head to that Bills Distributing free throw line. But, yeah, you mentioned it, Storm. There's definitely some physicality underneath here, and they are letting them, you know, use their bodies to the point. But I think right now they're officiating very well.
Yep.
First one up and down for Robert.
And it's going to be hard to say that you're not getting the call on the other end because it's very different styles of defense being played. Hudson being very physical. Menomonie kind of sitting back a little bit more in the zone right now.
So 1 and 2, that Bills Distributing free throw line from Robert. Comes Hudson the other way.
And then they'll stretch us out when they go little. Try to pull Roberts away from the basket.
Over to Larson, bounce inside. Hatfield tries the up and under. Yep. Great job around the defender. Hatfield on the board. Remember, this game started 4-4. Since then, it's been all Hudson. Currently on a 13-2 run, or 13-3 run, excuse me. 12 points right now, the largest lead for Hudson. Nice entry and a finish there to Robert. He's got all but 2 points here for Menomonie, so he's got 7 of the 9. Left uncovered there was Buechler, not able to take advantage on the three-pointer.
And right now, Hudson seems pretty content on not doubling down on Robert, just letting that be played straight up and trusting that the other guys on the outside aren't going to get it going.
First foul here on Hudson. Correction, make it the 3rd foul on Hudson. As whistled there was Healy.
His first, team's 3rd.
Nielsen will fire it in. He'll get it near the timeline to Nelson. Now to Butler in the corner. He's got an open 3. DJ will fire it up and drop her in. Look at number. I got to look at the numbers there. Has Butler hit many threes this?
Hit a couple against Chippewa, I think, recently.
Yeah, in the season he's just 2 of 7 coming into tonight, and there's a foul But getting a little more confidence, 1-2 tonight right now is Butler.
Yeah, and I'll say, like, he's just a worker. Like, you get to see it on the football field, but before tonight's game, he was in the gym beforehand shooting with my son, getting shots up, and pays dividends.
Larson will trigger it in here. Mustangs within 7 now. They trailed by as much as 12 in this game. Need a stop and a score, and right back in her. Hudson has yet to turn the ball over. Long three from Larson. He'll miss out top. Loose ball still on the ground. Walker grabbing it. I think we're going to have a jump ball. Good hustle there by Walker and Dumont. And it will go to Menomonie, and here comes Parker Behrens. Nelson's going to get a break, but if you're just tuning in here coming into this game, Blake Behrens, we've seen the starting lineup quite a bit this season. Also, if he's not in the lineup, one of the first guys off the bench is out with an injury here tonight. So head coach Greg Van Grunsven doesn't have the depth he normally does at full strength. Underneath, Robert is doubled, finds the open guy. Butler finish.
It's a great movement without the ball with DJ. Fed the post and they cut off at the double. They're doubling off of him. They're not really respecting him as a scorer on the outside. So great job cutting to the rim.
Yeah, nice little 7-0 run by the Mustangs, knocked down there by Buechler. That stops it.
Tough.
And Hudson can move. They'll pressure you defensively. They're going to transition well. That ball out of bounds, going to stay to Menomonie as Rue will come back in. Rue, that's the one thing, we see Kistner now. He's going to check in as well for Menomonie. But look at Jacob Rue on the CTT. He hit 45 three-pointers this year in just 15 games. So he's averaging over 3 a game.
At a 40% clip. Too.
Yeah, and if you're the opposing team, I'm sure, obviously, that's on the scouting report. And right now, Hudson doing a great job of keeping Rue kind of, not in that department, as Matazinski is going to get a steal up and a jam. The athleticism shows right there. An easy bucket for Matazinski on the strip out top. Behrens now over to Nielsen. 7.5 to play in this first half. Matazinski almost gets a steal. I think we have some fear in that front stands over there after that one. Almost got ran over by Matazinski. But we're going to have a timeout here on the floor. We'll do the same. Mustangs TV. Back with your Mustangs TV, coming out of the timeout here, called by head coach Greg Van Grunsven. Hudson's head coach Brent Larson still has all 5 remaining in the TO department for him. I see what you're looking for now, Storm. Like, I thought you were looking for your pen. No, nope. I know.
A little one ran off with it.
Yeah. Nielsen on the corner. Entry underneath the Kistner. Ball knocked away. That's going to be a turnover Mustangs. And Butler easy.
Nice
That's
job.
about as easy a call as you can have. Is Butler just textbook taking the charge right there.
Yeah, that was awesome by DJ. You don't see a ton of kids willing to do that anymore either. He's a tough son of a gun, though.
So Robert back in, also Nelson back in. And Kistner and Robert are going to stay on the floor, so Menomonie going a little bigger here. And you got Rue, Nielsen, and Nelson, your other 3. Nielsen on the wing, guarded by Matazinski. Now with top Rue.
Yeah, Dumon's a pretty strong kid. You can see a big difference with Trev trying to get his post-ups when he's guarding.
Turnover, Menomonie gets the steal. He's going to get the ball knocked away. It stays to Hudson.
And this is one of those games, too, if you're Menomonie, you just want to keep it close. Again, I think you got a nice crowd here. There'll be good energy as the game goes on as long as you just keep it close and in striking distance. Nice ball fake.
Well, almost a great finish there by Buechler.
Oh, he had him.
Another chance here as an offensive rebound by Hudson. Open three, far side, Healy, yep.
Again, it's all orchestrated because they got 2 feet in the ball in the paint multiple times, and it just breaks the defense down, and with the shooting they have, it becomes really hard to stop.
So back to their largest lead at 12 now. Underneath Robert, physical underneath, and what a great finish. Getting some separation there. And
yeah, they're really letting them play down low.
Yeah, they are.
It's physical.
It's consistent. No doubt at this point. But yeah, I think, Storm, I don't know about you, but this is probably the most physical game I've called all year or seen. Menomonie on the wing will try to trigger one from long range. Off the mark. It's going to go to the Mustangs out of bounds. I think head coach Greg Van Grunsven wanted a foul on that one. Talking to one of the officials there, I believe. Nelson now into the... And we have a timeout here. Now, he's pretty fired up, head coach Greg Van Grunsven. Very fired.
Telling everyone I meet that if they need appliances, they have to go to Denny's. I had done a lot of research prior to calling them to schedule an appointment. I called and I spoke with Kayla. She made some suggestions of things that I might want to consider versus what I had picked out. She wanted to make sure I got the best price and the best rebates. I was so thrilled when I got done working with her.
When you want peace of mind on your appliance purchase, schedule your one-on-one appointment with Denny's today.
Back with you here, Mustangs TV, and boy, a physical game. We're seeing some passion now. This is feeling like, this is like tournament time here, Storm. We're not even done with the first half yet. We still got a lot of basketball to play, but boy, head coach Greg Van Grunsven was, I'll say it, passionate using that timeout there. He's already used 3 in this first half. He's only got 2 left in the game, and we still got a ton of basketball left to play. As Nielsen will try to hit a 3 coming out of that timeout off the mark. Rebound to Hudson. You see now Menomonie in that 2-3 zone. They've done a great job kind of really, you don't know what they're going to do defensively when you're Hudson coming down. It's been a really good job of switching that up.
Yep. Nice pass.
Swing pass all the way over into the corner to Healy. He can't find the bottom there on his 3-point attempt. Mustangs down by 10. Rue's still scoreless tonight. Got to get him going here. Inside Robert. A little jumper over the defender, and then we're going to have a foul here on Nielsen, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, really good defense by Dumont there. Just took it right in the chest. How you coach it up right there.
So Butler in, kissing her out. A couple subs here for Hudson as well. Adar back in and Larson back in. I saw Larson, the freshman, come off the bench and hit 2 threes right away at about that 12-13 minute mark. Inside, jumper easy look there for Adar, but couldn't put her down, and we're going to have a foul going the other way. Adar from behind. 5 fouls both sides, so neither team in bonus, but they're getting close. Now with the physicality of this game, Storm, I would not be surprised if we see a lot of free throws, especially in the second half.
Yeah, one of those things where you go into halftime as officials and they sometimes tighten it up a little bit.
Yep. And then, second half typically is maybe a little more physical, a little more up and down. Nice drive there by Nielsen. He'll draw the foul and head to that Bills distributing charity stripe. Bills Distributing, Mike Sell Insurance, our sponsors here.
Yeah, those drives to the rim been fewer and far between. Used to seeing Nelson get downhill. And that kind of limits some opportunities for Rue on the perimeter just because we just haven't had those same attacks that they're used to getting.
Now their sponsors here, 24/7 Telecom, Advanced Electrical and Mechanical, Dairy State Bank, Shields, Denny's, Crystal Orthodontics, and Mike's Hill Insurance doing our replay sponsors, Bill's Distributing doing our free throw sponsor right now, and hitting them both. Nielsen now with 4. And boy, that's an unforced error. That's how you commit your first turnover. I mean, this first half has only got 4.5 minutes left, and boy, that's just a careless one there.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of it if you're the Mustangs. They've been great out of baseline, out of bounds.
Yeah, watching them. I watched not the Mike's Hill Insurance replay, but I watched the replay on here, and yeah, that was an easy call. Kind of lackadaisical. Nelson will trigger one from 16 and rattles it home.
Right back in this thing.
Yep. Make this a one-possession game at halftime. I'm sure Menomonie will be super excited. Robert, a great defensive play there. Went straight up and got after the basketball to block it out of bounds.
Yeah, nice verticality there. Straight up, kept the hands and fingertips to the ceiling.
Good officiating, too. That's not a foul, in my opinion. That's not a foul, and a good job of not calling it by the officials.
Yeah, Matt Azinski created all the contact with that one. Oh, bonus. Almost. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Nielsen will head to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Kind of probably not the best foul here for the freshman Lucas Larson. I mean, you want to be aggressive, but want to be smart. What do the coaches hate it when you're 80 feet from the hoop? You send them to the free throw line, right?
Yeah.
So Nielsen now with the 1-and-1. Just came to the free throw line moments ago and knocked 2 down. He's got 3 in a row. And all free throws sponsored this year by Bill's Distributing. Perfect is Nielsen so far from that Bill's Distributing free throw line. Mustangs closest they've been since it was 4-8. So a nice run here for Menomonie before halftime. Let's get back in this thing. Azinski trying to get around Robert and does.
Really good patience. Get that ball to the short corner. That's what you're looking to dive from the high post right there. Really good basketball by Hudson.
He's got 13 now, does Matt Azinski.
And you can tell they're well coached. I love them catching with the jump stop. They're just strong with the basketball at all times.
There's that in and out. Rue's got a shot for it. Can't make the three-point attempt, but Nielsen another chance here. Strong with the basketball now. Underneath Robert. He's double teamed. Has to get it to Nielsen. Or Nelson. Ball knocked away. Robert gets it back. Out to Rue. Open 3. Rattles out. Rue's had a couple good looks there on that possession. Just got to, when you start the game like this, you're out of flow. Yep. You're not getting great looks. Just need one. Need one to get going, and Rue needs that.
And he's got a quick trigger as it is. One of those times, though, he's kind of take your time a little bit more. He's kind of speeding himself up, I think. Thinks he's probably not as open as he actually is.
Credit Hudson for that, obviously.
And it's the length, right? They're closing out hard. It's tough.
Rattles out. Larson had an easy, long 3. Nielsen knocked down on the rebound. He'll head back to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Now head coach Brent Larson doesn't like that one. So, yeah, this is some intensity here, Storm. Physical game. We talked about it, 4 minutes ago. We're going to have a lot of free throws with the physicality of this game. And Brent Larson did not like that call. And hard to tell from our angle, but, no doubt Nielsen ended up on the floor.
Yep. So he was displaced.
That's a good official's term, right? Displaced?
Yep. And
displaced.
And sometimes they say the ball doesn't lie, right? So
that Azinski, what a great job of body control right there. Just contortionists around Robert and then the layup.
He's a player that you got to get in front of by the volleyball line. You can't let him get a full head of steam going downhill when he's already touching the three-point line because one dribble, he's at the rim.
Nelson fires up a 3. Heel miss goes to Hudson, and Menomonie down by 8. Menomonie from the top of the key, and just like that, it's a double-digit lead again for Hudson.
Yeah, just consecutive attacks at the nail. So there's that nail right in the middle of the free throw line. Just they're trying to puncture that paint, and then eventually something gives.
Nice feed underneath to Robert. Great job to just go to the basket with it right away. And now he's into double digits with 11. This 2-3 zone has probably been kind of the best defense here against Hudson. And Menomonie, we've seen him kind of shift more to that on the defensive side. It also slows it down a little bit as well.
Yeah, with Hudson's 5-out system, I think Menomonie is comfortable keeping Trevor by the rim. Minus Menomonie, the rest have really struggled to get shots there. They've knocked down some outside shots, but I think that's probably the purpose behind it.
Menomonie going to try to do it again. This one comes up short. Rebound to Nelson and Nielsen. And Menomonie, with a minute left in this first half, trailed by 9.
Yeah, looking for a good quality possession right here.
Barron hand off to Butler. Butler's going to get his pocket pick. Turnover Mustangs, the 5th of this half.
Going to play for one, or are they going to attack?
We'll find out here. Larson inside will kick it back out. Menomonie now tries to go up and under Robert. Just can't finish. But just great body control by Menomonie. You can see why he's not afraid to attack Robert.
Yeah, super strong. Be able to take some of those bumps in air and keep your core and your hand at the rim level. That's pretty impressive at this high school.
Bounce to Robert, far side, 16 seconds. Robert, that's probably not where you want to catch it as a post guy out by the three-point line. Larson's going to get the steal, and then a shot blocked by Butler with 3 seconds left. So Hudson will have the last shot here. And we're going to have a sub here beforehand. Into the game here comes Javon Butler.
The screener coming through.
Menomonie, tough shot from the corner off the side, and that's how we'll end this first half. Mustangs trail by 9. We'll be back with our halftime show, Mustangs TV. Advanced Electric. Advanced Electrical and Mechanical is a Pysick family-owned business and proud supporter of Menomonie Athletics. Whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural, we've got your electrical, HVAC, and refrigeration needs covered. Let's make your project happen. Call us today at 715-495-2968 or visit us online at www.advancedelectricalmechanical.com.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs.
Back with you here, Mustangs TV. Chad Zutter, Storm Harmon. Let's run down the numbers here, Storm, and then we'll kind of get into that first half. But we'll start with the Hudson Raiders to begin kind of our numbers here. 6 for Larson, 4 for Bueller. Buchler, excuse me. 2 for Hatfield, 18 for Matazinski, 3 for Healy. Hudson Raiders 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Here's the stat: 1 turnover Hudson had, and that was that
kind of a fluke
hey, we're just kind of lazy on a turnover you shouldn't have.
Yep.
So they really, I mean, without that, they almost had they would have had 0 turnovers without that kind of we'll just call it a unforced error. For Menomonie on the other side, 6 for Nielsen, 5 for Butler, 2 for Nelson, 11 for Robert. Mustangs 6 turnovers, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. So we look at this first half, Storm. I mean, Hudson, we talked about before the game. They're an up and down team. They average over 70 points a game in conference play. They're near that. They're just under that at 33. But I think pace wise, Menomonie's there pace wise.
Yeah.
It just they're just Matazinski's good. I mean, he's got 18 of 33. What do you see here on the Menomonie side that they need to do to get back in this one?
So resistance is not the right word, but Hudson just seems really comfortable. I feel like they're getting whatever shot they want every single time down the floor. It's just a really comfortable shot. I think they're kind of killing us on the three-point line right now. We really haven't got anything going from the outside. Rouge a little struggled on some of his shots, but they kind of spread the wealth around where a couple guys are knocking them down. But that's all predicated on them getting to the rim. They're a team that really wants to get the ball into the paint, kick out, and play from there. So there's probably a little bit more resistance, and you may not want to go man, but Trev, I think, is going to have to go man, and they're going to find ways to try and keep him around the rim. Probably mixing that in a little bit more just because Hudson is very comfortable with what they're getting. Offensively, I like what the Mustangs are doing. They're nice touches to Trevor down low. Doubles are not coming unless it's off of DJ's pass. If DJ kind of feeds in, they're going to try and double off of him. But he did a really nice job cutting off that and getting himself a nice finish at the rim. So they're doing a pretty good job offensively, but free throw line is going to be big. We talked a little bit about that the last 6 minutes of that half. We anticipate a physical second half here too, because they're really letting the kids play, but as the game gets that way, it kind of fouls accumulate naturally. So the free throw line is going to be big, keeping Hudson off of it, Menomonie trying to get there to generate some offense.
Yeah, and you mentioned the three-point shooting by Hudson. They have 5 threes in that first half. Menomonie has 1.
Yep.
So, you're right there, no question about it. Let's look at our one other Big Rivers Conference boys basketball matchup here tonight. It's River Falls at Chippewa Falls. That is also at half right now. River Falls, along with Hudson, tied with only 1 loss. River Falls on top of Chippewa right now, 33-20. That one is at Chi High here tonight. So, not a lot of action throughout the league here for boys tonight. But those are our 2 games here. Obviously, you see the game on your screen right now at halftime. Mustangs and Hudson 33, Menomonie 24, and then River Falls over at Chi High. They lead the Cardinals 33-20. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more of our Crystal Orthodontics halftime show right after this. Advanced Electrical and Mechanical is a Pysick family-owned business and proud supporter of Menomonie Athletics. Whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural, we've got your electrical, HVAC, and refrigeration needs covered. Let's make your project happen. Call us today at 715-495-2968 or visit us online at www.advancedelectricalmechanical.com. Advanced Electrical and Mechanical is a Pysick family-owned business and proud supporter of Menomonie Athletics. Whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural, we've got your electrical, HVAC, and refrigeration needs covered. Let's make your project happen. Call us today at 715-495-2968 or visit us online at www.advancedelectricalmechanical.com.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
We've been able to build out the areas, the rural areas around Menomonie.
Most of those places are spots that have little to no access to high-speed internet. Pretty much all of those phone calls, the people are ecstatic and so excited to be able to finally get fiber optics.
It's really great that we were able to serve the folks in the rural that probably thought they would never get good internet service.
We put the fiber in the ground. That's gives them the connection, but it's also the support we provide. It's the services we provide over that fiber.
I have been telling everyone I meet that if they need appliances, they have to go to Denny's. I had done a lot of research prior to calling them to schedule an appointment. I called and I spoke with Kayla. She made some suggestions of things that I might want to consider versus what I had picked out. She wanted to make sure I got the best price and the best rebates. I was so thrilled when I got done working with her.
When you want peace of mind on your appliance purchase, schedule your one-on-one appointment with Denny's.
Back with your Mustangs TV. Chad Zoder, Storm Harmon on the broadcast here this evening. 9-point lead for Hudson coming out of the half, and it will be Hudson's basketball to start this second half. Storm, let's check a little bit about this seeding that kind of, we'll call it early seeding essentially, that the WIA started in this year for the girls. It will actually be coming out tomorrow, and then the boys will come out next Friday, correct?
Yeah, so they'll come out with unofficial rankings, kind of give you an idea where you sit in the tournament, where your seed potentially could be here in a month, and it's kind of just to establish a little bit more transparency out there for all the coaches and the players. They have a good idea, probably for the fans too, but that will be released tomorrow. The boys is the following Friday on the 6th, I believe that is. And I, like, as a former coach, you kind of always had an idea where things are, but with sometimes with the algorithm that they have with the computer rankings, you don't know what it thinks of you, what it thinks of your conference, what it thinks of your non-con schedule that you have. So to kind of have that idea gives you an idea, but also I look at it from the prep standpoint. It kind of solidifies, probably going to see these three teams potentially in a month or so.
Yeah, and like you said, this is computer generated. This is not between coaches and athletic directors or conference commissioners, none of that. This is all just raw numbers into a database, and here's the bot telling you where you should be based on numbers. So Matt Azinski will start here for Hudson.
Look at that low pressure. That's kind of what we're talking about, right?
Start this second half. We see Robert almost come all the way out near half court. And they're going to be in man here to start underneath. Now catching it without his dribble there. Dumont.
Chad, I'll take it as a win. I got the student section to at least stand up.
Yeah, you fired him up. We had a little Rocky music playing, and we got him out there. And I don't know, do the high school kids know about Rocky and even Drago?
Some do.
Some do? Okay.
Some do. I think there's some solid parents out there that keep those things going.
Nice jumper by Buechler in the lane, kind of a step back fadeaway there.
So I like the initial pressure out of the Mustangs. They're coming out. They look for an early trap out of it, but that's the type of resistance I think that's needed to make Hudson uncomfortable. We only did it for about the first pass, and then they kind of got to what they wanted. Great job there by Nielsen, playing off 2 feet, getting the guy on the side and finishing over top.
And a great answer as well. Trailing by 9 here to start this second half. Matazinski loses it out top. Loose ball. Nielsen goes after it. Now Nelson and Butler is just turning into a scrum. Ball loose. Matazinski will pick it up. He'll throw it ahead, and now it'll be a turnover. I don't know how to score that one, Storm. I'll just say that was a turnover on the one side. Butler. A layup for him. He'll fire it, Will Healy, and dropped it in. He's got 2 threes now.
That's the equalizer, right?
Yep. Now that three-point line has been friendly for Hudson here. Now 6 threes as a team tonight. Kind of what is separating them from the Mustangs. Ball poked away. Butler will grab the loose ball.
Yeah, just hard hedging that action. That's one adjustment that's different probably from the first time that they played each other. A lot of teams the first time around in Big Rivers play goes under, or they try and just switch it straight up. The hard hedge it's hard to replicate in practice.
Well knocked out of bounds. They're going to say off of Nielsen. They are. So a turnover, Mustangs. A 10-point lead here for Hudson. Points have been hard to come by here for Menomonie. They're still within striking distance.
We're trapping some first pass here again. Yep.
Open 3 far side. Adar off the mark. Rebound Robert.
And that's a win right there. That's part of what that pressure does. It creates a quick shot, and you kind of live with it being probably not as contested as you wanted, but gives you an opportunity to be playing on offense a little bit more this half.
Butler was going to get reached in on. That was an easy call. Was double teamed right in the lane. So Butler will inbound underneath their own basket. It's it to Nelson, but he can't hold on to it. Turnover, Menomonie coming the other way. We'll have a foul in transition on Matazinski.
Yeah, Menomonie looks a little disorganized in that inbounds play right there.
And officials here tonight, Josh Miller, Peyton Dockel, Ryan Byer. They're having to officiate a very physical basketball game. Definitely the most physical I've seen this season. Doing a pretty good job of it, I think. On top, Healy kicks it. Matazinski now will let one fly from long range. Misses the mark. Nelson grabs it. Robert right side, still with his pivot foot, goes right over the defender, drops her in. He's got 13. Healy thought about a 3, then used his dribble, swung around. Far side now, Buechler with it.
I'm just patient right now.
Matazinski lets another one fly. This time drops it in, and he's got 21 for Hudson.
Yeah, it's a good read. Every time he sees somebody going under, he's pulling that.
Kind of a weird, set
funky,
shot.
yeah,
a little funky, yep.
Especially for someone who can get as vertical as he is. He doesn't really get a ton of lift.
Lifts a jumper there. Nelson comes up short. Offensive board. Nielsen strong with it and finishes. Nielsen now with 10. Far side, Hadar with his dribble, now to Buechler. Rue almost picks his pocket. Matazinski thought about a three guarded by Butler. Butler will get screened, and then that'll open Matazinski. Almost banks it in. A great job of boxing out for Menomonie. That ball hit the basketball court, and Nelson got it.
Maybe get Trevor a touch here.
There it is, right at the free throw line. Rue trying to roll around and wasn't there. He'll give it to Nielsen right down the lane. Nice job of body control for Nielsen to stop, let the defender go by and finish.
Yeah, it's a new wrinkle right there that we haven't seen, that little double curl off that.
Timeout, Hudson. We'll do the same here, Mustangs TV.
High deductible health plan opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Thanks for coming along here tonight. Got over 100 viewers here watching this Big Rivers boys basketball action. Storm Harmon, Chad Zutter here this evening. And Storm, you did a great job. You got the student section at least on their feet.
Yep, so we got some movement up top a little bit too. That was we had that wild game.
The kids are the most excited by far up in the right-hand corner.
That Girls
there.
River game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they had that bumping.
Yeah, well, we got to 6 and 7.
Yeah,
that was a big deal.
So
big deal.
Something that was pretty cool. Coach Swanson had a parent actually share a video, like montage type thing of the whole like student section throughout that night, and it was pretty cool to see just the excitement that we had of the youngins in our crowd.
Good screen out there. Healy gets an open look here from about 15 feet off the iron. It goes. Mustangs have had a nice run. They've been this close since about 6 minutes left in the first half. And Butler strong with the basketball, open three. Rue, he wanted that one. Now Nielsen will try to answer. Near side, yes! Nielsen having a game here tonight. He's got 15, a lot in the second half. Mustangs trailed by 9 at halftime. Larson going to try to answer on the other side. Nope, Nielsen will grab the miss. And Mustangs, that student section, getting a little excited over there, Storm.
Yeah, we actually had a chant there. Good rebound, too, holding them to one shot. That's big here the second half to limit opportunities for Hudson.
And Nielsen's feeling it right now for Menomonie. He's got 7 points here in this second half. No, correction, 9 points. I was right. Nice entry into Robert, but he catches it too deep, and then he's got to throw it off the defender.
So one thing off that ball screen, Chad, as Nelson comes off that on Roberts, he's got to keep dragging that hedge with him so we get that switch to take place. We're not quite taking it hard enough right now where it has to be a full switch for them.
Contact underneath, and I think that's going to be Robert. Yeah, just kind of ran through the defender. Greg Van Grunsven getting a little explanation there from the official that called that offensive foul. And
might be an agree to disagree moment.
Yeah, wasn't as heated as that first half, but yeah, probably one of those situations, I'm sure. Matazinski now guarded by Butler. Menomonie man-to-man. We've seen them kind of switch to that here in the second half. Saw them play a lot of 2-3 zone in that first half. But Hudson was able to hit a lot of three-pointers off of that. Healy now into the lane, guarded by Nielsen. Healy gets Nielsen in the air and then almost tries to go into him, but doesn't do it.
What is Healy at right now, Chad?
As far as points?
Yeah.
He's only got 6.
Yeah.
Only three-pointers as he's hit.
Nielsen's done a pretty good job on him, just making him work and not feel comfortable.
Yeah, Robert, great job defensively there. I mean, Dumont tried to go over him, has given up size and height as well, and Robert strong. on the defensive side of the court. Butler now tries an up and under, and his ball falls off the rim and can't quite save it, but good hustle.
Yep, great hustle there.
Parker Barron's in. Rue will get a rest, but Rue, looking at it, I think is he averaging double digits this season? You look at the numbers, Jacob Rue.
I think he's at 13 a game.
And he's held scoreless right now. Some other guys have picked up the slack, but Hudson has definitely done a great job on him. And they're going to get an and one there as Butler tried to take the charge. Might have got there just a touch late.
And Dumont, he did a good job kind of jumping to the side a little bit, not going through DJ. Good body control on his part.
Dumont trying to complete that three-point play. Only 2 free throws attempted by Hudson in that first half. Hit them both. Now 3 of 3 from that free throw line is Hudson. Parker Barons, the freshman with the basketball, up to Nielsen. Has had a heck of a start to this second half. Jumper Nelson, baseline, yes. Seen into the game, the freshman Larson, he's going to get bodied up and fouled.
Yeah, nice job attacking the paint there.
We're going to get Nielsen with that foul. Mustangs now 14 fouls, just 1 on Hudson so far in this second half. Hudson almost turns it over on the inbound there. Getting it back, Buechler. Over to Healy. Healy will get the defender in the air, and he's going to travel.
Yeah, Nielsen just doing a good job with those long arm contests, just kind of keeping him at uneasy right now.
Javon Butler will come in for his older brother, DJ. And Nelson will play point here for Menomonie. Seen Hudson really not go to anything other than man-to-man here tonight. No defensive kind of switches. We've seen some full court by both teams in that first half. Not a whole lot in the second half. Javon Butler at 3, far side, too much. Healy inside, over to Dumont. Dumont, a little easy jump shot.
Nice little drop pass right there. Big was ready with his hands to finish quick over Long Roberts.
Yeah, just like that. Menomonie was within 4. Moments ago, Nielsen already hit 1-3. Yes, another one. Nielsen filling it up the score sheet here tonight.
Yeah, keeping the Mustangs in it.
Healy, step back, fadeaway. That's a tough shot. Can't get it to go. Dumont, second chance. No, ball out of bounds. Going to go to Menomonie. And, well, you mentioned it. Isaac Nielsen doing a great job on Healy. He's only got 6 points, averaging, I think 17-ish?
Almost 17,
16, 17 a game. And, I mean, if a defender, you can make a guy take those kind of shots that Healy just took, a fadeaway just beyond the free throw line.
Yep.
I mean, that's how you play good defense.
Absolutely.
That's how you kind of shut a guy down. You make him make tough shots, and most likely you're going to keep him below his average.
Yeah, he's seeing a hand every single time on the catch.
So Nelson, now tough jumper, and he gets it over Larson to get the Mustangs within 2. Closest they've been since the start of this ball game. Adazinski now inside. He'll get over Nielsen. And Adazinski, he's only got 5 points in this second half. He had 18 in the first. Mustangs doing a great job of kind of limiting his action here. It's almost a turnover. Butler might have got away with a walk there.
I think he did. Maybe dragged it a little bit.
Yep. Luckily, no call there. And we're going to have a foul underneath here on the entry pass. You can tell Trevor Robert getting a little frustrated underneath with all that physicality we talked about, but
Trevor's probably like, about time.
yeah. Well, if you're going to play at the next level, this is good practice right here.
For sure, for sure. And those are two juniors going at it, so I think they're going to see each other next year too.
Yep. Yeah, Dumond, just a junior. And that matchup has been, we talked about even in the first half, a very physical matchup here between Dumond and Robert tonight.
Yeah, Hudson's done a good job just speeding up Jacob Rue tonight. I think he just kind of just a little off on his rhythm.
Healy's going to trigger one from long range and drops it in.
So this is kind of a tough matchup type right now because Nielsen's having to go on Matazinski. So then the next guy, Healy, someone's got to step up and see him. We got Parker and Rue right there, giving up probably a little bit of a length to him. Gonna take one.
We're going to have time out here. Head coach Greg Van Grunsven. Just one remaining for Menomonie on the game. We'll be back. Mustang. Visit the newly designed Big Rivers website at bigriversconference.org. Here, you can find results, standings, statistics, calendars, and historical league information. Thanks for coming along here tonight. 7-point lead for the Hudson Raiders, and got one of our highest number of viewers.
A little 1-3-1. There's your wrinkle,
this
Chad.
Season, yeah. We haven't. Hudson has not done anything defensively different, and they do it right out of this timeout.
Really impressive too, because probably had a man beater under the timeout there.
I've heard you talk about that so many times, how coaches will mix up anything coming out of a timeout just to throw the other team off. And Dumond might have got away with a push there. Keeps Hudson with the basketball with a second chance opportunity.
There's a big possession right here for the Mustangs too. That way, DJ.
Butler gets a steal, layup left side, blocked by Matazinski. Loose ball kicked all the way to the backcourt, and they're going to say. Well, originally Hudson ball. I think he pointed wrong, thinking
a lot of movement going on there.
A lot of movement on that one. Yep, a lot of movement.
Great hustle by all players right there.
But that was up and down right there, Storm. And a little laugh there from head coach Brent Larson between him and Peyton Dockel, the official there.
Yeah, Peyton does a really good job officiating, one of the better ones in the area for sure.
Underneath, we'll have a foul before the pass underneath the Butler. And boy, you talked about, we talked about in the first half free throws, and just 4 fouls now in Menomonie, 3 on Hudson in the second half. Not as many as I anticipated. I thought we'd be in bonus on both sides by now. But still a lot of basketball left. Jacob Rue finally on the board. That's what the Mustangs need. And they're within 4. Get him going, and the Mustangs can maybe pull this one out.
Yeah, he's usually good for one out of the baseline out of bounds sets that Coach Van Grunsven has.
And this is how Menomonie's going to win this game. They're going to win this probably in the 60s, not in the 70s, I would guess, Storm. And so they're there. I mean, they're in that pace that we talked about. That pace is Menomonie's advantage right now.
Awesome.
Healy open. Yep. 4 threes from Healy. He's got 12 points. Nothing from inside that three-point line. that he has hit.
Rue's got to trust that Trev's going to be able to mitigate that so he doesn't have to give as much help, because then with the helper there, Nielsen really kind of got caught.
And Nielsen with 18 here offensively tonight, much higher than his average, right around 10. Butler, jumper, baseline, yes. Butler having a heck of a game here tonight. He's got 9.
Yeah, he's the prototypical. I say to the young kids I work with, the ball loves energy, right? So if you give energy to the court, good things are going to happen with you and the ball, whether it's on the defense or offensive end. Got caught again, mover.
Yep, offensive. Illegal screen there issued. They're going to get Adar with that one, and so that'll be a turnover. Hudson, and also their 4th foul. Hudson now with 5 turnovers on the game. You look at the other side, Menomonie with 10. This has been a very clean game in that aspect.
Back probably looking for another touch for Trev.
There's a Rue over near side. Nelson inside, fade away. Yep. Tough shot. Nelson now with 6, and Mustangs again. They've been within 2. They've been within 3 a handful of times. Hudson's always had an answer, and there they do it again. Dumont near side.
Just good patience by Buechler right there, too. Keeping his feet underneath him. They just make good decisions. Hudson makes good decision after good decision with the ball.
There's a reason they're 10-3 overall and 5-1 in conference. And ball knocked away, stolen by Hudson. Turnover, Menomonie. Other way, Matazinski will be fouled. Healy will inbound here for Hudson. 5-point lead here for the Raiders. This thing's just running out of time here. 3.5 minutes left. They need to get some stops on the defensive end, and that's 6th foul on Menomonie. Now Hudson will be shooting the rest of the way. We're going to get Rue on that one.
Yeah, you worry about fouls and then that one timeout being the only one left right now.
Yeah, just one timeout in a game like this where you might need to stop the clock more than once. As Dumont can't make the layup.
What a pass.
Loose ball underneath, rebound to Healy, and Hudson another chance here on this offensive end. And Hudson right now, I mean, you're not quite to that point where you got that 8-9 point lead where you can run clock, but Healy hits a jumper from the free throw line, and
yeah, got into a little spread weave action there.
Menomonie was just within 3, it seems like, 60 seconds ago.
Yep.
And now they're down 7 again. Jumper, Nelson, that's a heel miss. Loose ball, going to be grabbed almost by Robert, went right through his hand. Matazinski cleans it up. He's going to try to run through the defender, somehow finishes over Nielsen with a lot of contact, and wow, that's a strength finish right there.
Yeah, tough break right there. Just seems like when Menomonie throws a punch, we don't have that counter punch right now to go with it. We need the make, stop, make. We're not being able to get the 3 in a row there.
Yeah, Matazinski completes the 3-point play. Hudson's a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and now a 10-point deficit for the Mustangs. Matazinski almost gets the steal there. Nielsen is going to kind of lay on it. And what do we have here? Are we going to have a tie-up? We are. Yep. It will stay to Menomonie. And we talked about the timeouts. You try to save that possession, and right there, you can't burn it. You just can't. With one timeout left, you can't burn it right there with 2:20 left in this type of game. But if you had 3-4 left, you'd use one right there to save that possession. Now that Menomonie does keep it, but now a jump ball goes to Hudson.
Yeah, you're wanting to get it to a 2-possession game with about 1:10 left. Has Hudson missed a free throw yet tonight?
No, 4 for 4.
Like,
yep.
A lot of shooters on the floor, too. So
nice up and under, and then a foul on Matazinski. He's going to send Nielsen to the free throw line, and that Bill's distributing free throw line here. Menomonie's been their more so than Hudson, but Hudson's been perfect.
But this is the way you get back into it too, Chad, right? Scoring when the clock's stopped. Allow you to set up a defensive look that you want.
Nielsen will knock the first one down.
And with some vet guards, some seniors out there, Coach Van Grunzen's got to feel still confident that these guys can get themselves organized into what they need to do.
Yeah. Now with that one timeout left, you got to be really choosy when you use that here down the stretch.
Yep.
Rattles out there for Nielsen on the second one from that Bills distributing free throw line. And Hudson with under 2 now. 9-point lead and the basketball.
Gonna attack Trevor all day.
Yeah, I was gonna say Roberts guarding Matazinski out top there. Probably not the matchup you want if you're Menomonie, obviously, and the quickness of Matazinski got by Robert and Robert whistled. But it is a 1-and-1 here for Matazinski. Look at Hudson for Matazinski this season at the free throw line. 63 of 90 free throws, and he misses the first one for 70%, but boy, you got to miss free throw, you got to get the board, and Menomonie couldn't do it. Timeout, Hudson. We'll be back after this.
Telling everyone I meet that if they need appliances, they have to go to Denny's. I had done a lot of research prior to calling them to schedule an appointment. I called and I spoke with Kayla. She made some suggestions of things that I might want to consider versus what I had picked out. She wanted to make sure I got the best price and the best rebates. I was so thrilled when I got done working with her.
When you want peace of mind on your appliance purchase, schedule your one-on-one appointment with Denny's today.
Enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Back with your Mustangs TV, and Matazinski, first free throw of a 1-and-1, misses the mark, but ball out of bounds is going to go to Hudson. So not what you wanted if you're a Mustangs fan. Healy will inbound for the Hudson Raiders. And they get in to Hatfield. Matazinski guarded by Robert. This is the hard part. You like him on there for, underneath the defense, but not out top, as we're going to have a travel by Matazinski. He'll turn it over. That's exactly what Menomonie needed. Mustangs get the ball back. Down by 9.
Yeah, good job by Trevor right there, not fouling.
You're a coach here. You want to get it inside to Trevor, get him a touch as soon as possible here?
So I'm quicker offense here. I want my first best look that I have here.
Nelson there.
Free throw line's your friend.
Now there's Nielsen. Gets inside. He'll get a shot blocked. He gets his own rebound, however. Kicks it back out. Rue will trigger a 3. Yes! And now we'll have a timeout there. We're going to use it. It's down 6. Mustangs trail. Minute 13 left. We'll be back after this.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Mustangs, no timeouts left, trail by 6 after the Jake Rue 3. And obviously, defensively here, Storm, your number one priority is get a turnover. Number 2 is to probably try to get them in a tough position. But at what point, in this situation, at some point you're going to have to foul. Where do you kind of, are we under a minute, 45 seconds? Where are we at when fouling in this position?
First thing, I think Coach Larson did a good job bringing other Larson on the floor right now. You want as many shooters as you can. I think if it touches Dumon's hands, maybe that's the guy that you're looking to foul right now. Otherwise, you're probably being aggressive with everything. Looking to trap here, first pass, and time's of an essence. But again, you just need a stop right now.
Robert on Matazinski here. Just eclipsed 1 minute to play. Down by 6. And again, Menomonie, zero timeouts left, so they cannot stop the clock. Only a whistle for Menomonie will stop it. Yep, that's what you did. And Matazinski will fall 47 seconds. And Matazinski will go to the line for a 1-and-1, but we talked about it. I mean, I was reading off those numbers. I couldn't believe what I was reading. 90 free throw attempts in 14 games. That's over 6 free throws attempted a game from Matazinski here. I mean, that's and rarely see those kind of numbers.
That's the type of stat that just kind of shows how explosive a kid is, right? Because you're getting fouled because they're probably not up at the rim level or above where you're playing at, and you're able to get there over and over again.
It's the first here of the 1-and-1 does Matazinski. Pretty good free throw shooters, right around that 70% on the season. Pretty good sample size, I'll say for sure, statistics-wise.
Yep.
Second one rattles home for Matazinski's 3 for 4 tonight. Right around his average.
There you go, boys.
45 seconds. Quick shot, quick score. Down by 8. Robert, jumper, right side. Off the side, iron rebound to Hudson, and Matazinski gets fouled hard near midcourt. Good sportsmanship there by Rue and Robert to help him up. And Matazinski can make this a double-digit game as he has 2 free throws this time. Double bonus. Comes up short on the first attempt for Matazinski. Stay tuned for our post-game show sponsored by Cristo Orthodontics. Second one drops in for Matazinski. Now a 9-point lead here for Hudson. Menomonie never led in this game. We had it tied once at 4-4. Inside Rue, a tough jumper, rattles out, rebound, grabbed by Adar, and that might do it here as getting the transition bucket there was Matazinski adding to the points, but the outcome now determined here.
Yep.
Just a matter of the score. Nelson, will let one fly off the mark, and your final here, the Mustangs lose to the Hudson Raiders by a score of 66-55. Stay tuned for our post-game show, sponsored by Cristo Orthodontics. We'll be back right after. Advanced Electrical and Mechanical is a Pysick family-owned business and proud supporter of Menomonie Athletics. Whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural, we've got your electrical, HVAC, and refrigeration needs covered. Let's make your project happen. Call us today at 715-495-2968 or visit us online at www.advancedelectricalmechanical.com.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back with you here, Mustangs TV. Chad Zutter, Storm Harmon brought you the game here tonight. Big thanks for joining us here on the Crystal Orthodontics post-game show. Let's run down the numbers here, how we got to our final score, 11-point victory for Hudson over the Mustangs here tonight. We'll start with the winning team, Hudson. 6 from Lucas Larson, 6 from Ben Buechler. We had 2 from Hatfield, 7 from Dumont, all in the second half. 31 for Matazinski here tonight on 3 3-pointers as well. Healy, 14, 12 of those 14 coming from long range. Hudson Raiders, 7 and 9 from the free throw line, committed 6 turnovers. And we do have our other final here. That just went final. River Falls with the victory over Chi High, 64-48. So Hudson and River Falls both remain atop the Big Rivers with 1 loss. Now Hudson is 6-1. River Falls is 7-1. For the Mustangs, scoring on their side, Nielsen 19. He led all Mustangs. 6 for Rue, 9 for Butler, 6 for Nelson, 13 for Robert. And let's wrap this one up here, Storm. Mustangs, they made pushes in that second half. They were within 3 multiple times, within 2 one time. Just could not get over the hump in that second half against a very good Hudson team. You can see why they're atop the conference.
Yeah, I got it to that 1-possession game, just under the 3-minute mark there. 3-point game, I believe it was. And we just couldn't find that next stop or that next make to get that game right there. Hudson's really, really talented. Take care of the ball at a high level. I thought they were comfortable most of the entire night, kind of getting the shot that they wanted. And defensively just sound, right? Just kind of bothered Rue a little bit from the outside, really physical with Trevor on the inside. I think that kind of disrupted some of the flow that we were used to having. But I got to tip my cap to the Menomonie boys. They kept fighting, right? There's a couple times where they could have probably got buried or got to that 10-point mark, 9-point mark. But they just kept playing, and that's something's going to carry you on to the next month, right? Like, you want to be doing that in late February, which drives you into early March and playing some meaningful basketball because you don't have that quit. You just keep fighting, you keep playing. And as we know, you don't see a Hudson in the playoffs, right? You're going to drop down a division. You're playing teams a little bit different from that standpoint. So you got to take the positives out of what tonight was and build for it.
Yeah, looking at the upcoming schedule here, Menomonie for the boys' side, they will host Rice Lake next Tuesday. We'll have that here on Mustangs TV. For the Hudson Raiders, their next game, they will travel to Chippewa Falls next Tuesday for their next BRC contest. And we on Mustangs TV will be having wrestling on tomorrow. That'll go on. I think that starts at 4 p.m. tomorrow. It's a long night for wrestling on Mustangs TV tomorrow. We'll have Scott Howard, Jeff Peisig on the call for that Mustangs TV.
It's a good duo there, Chad.
It is. Yeah, they know their wrestling as good as anybody around here, no doubt. And I know we had some great viewership tonight. I think we're over 130 here tonight, one of our highest as far as viewers, I should say, in one of our basketball games tonight. But boy, some of those wrestling matches, they draw a lot of eyeballs. I'll tell you that. And I'm sure it's because not only is there so many guys going, but sometimes you get 6-8 teams together.
Yes, for sure.
And so all those other eyeballs come from all those other schools. So wrestling can definitely be one of the biggest draws here on Mustangs TV as well. Big thanks for Dolly Thornton joining us here in the pregame show. And I know we did have Ian Petovich actually going to come help us with the camera, but our huddle camera has been working really good here on the broadcast, so we're going to continue to use that as much as possible. Just easier setup here, and great working with you here, Storm. Anything else to add before we sign off?
No, keep staying warm. I think we got a little heat wave coming.
Yeah, we do. 30s is a heat wave in Wisconsin, no question. T-shirts ready. All right, we're going to sign off. You've been watching Mustangs TV.